Hi there and welcome to Friday's market commentary. Here's a chart of the S&P 500 up here. It was a fairly decent day anyway. The S&P was up about 14 points, Nasdaq up around, or Dow about 144, Nasdaq up 22. Wasn't real strong, but compared to what we've had in the past, it was a fairly calm day. But the good part was that it was a positive day, and it was a positive day going into the weekend, giving us 3 nice days in a row of some positive gains. So now that one of the worst Octobers in decades is done, let's see if November brings us a little bit better luck. And what we have noticed also, if you go back and look at historical records, anytime there's a presidential election, from the November 4th election time up until, or the election time up and through the end of the year on election days, it's got a 90% chance of actually closing above from the election day to the end of the year. So looks like there might be at least some positive news coming forward. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Got support down here around 839 and resistance up here around 1039, and we see we're right about in the middle of that, and currently our stochastics and our MACDs anyway are looking a little bullish, so we like that. So we've got a nice bottom around 8, let's call it 840, and resistance at 1039, and we're bouncing up off of that support level with the MACDs turning bullish, so it looks like we're moving higher. I'm going to call this short-term still neutral on our trend here until we move above 1040. Then we can go short-term bullish as soon as we move above 1040. Longer term, we're still in a downtrend. Short term, we're starting to kind of bounce around right through here in the middle. So we'll go short-term neutral, longer term bearish, with resistance at 1039 and support at 1040. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq and see what it looks like. All right, here's our chart of the Nasdaq, up 22 points today, and you can see support down here around 1494, and we're going to call the first level of resistance right here from last week, early last week, about 1770. So right about 1770 is going to be our resistance level, and 1494 for support levels. And currently we're bouncing up off of support, and your MACDs are now starting to turn bullish. The histograms are positive now, and the MACD lines have crossed the bottom, turning higher, which means we've got plenty of room for some upside movements. But until we really move above the 1770 level right up and through here, I'm just going to go short-term neutral on this one, just like the SPX. But if we do get a move above 1770, it's a good strong move above it, not just pop its head above like 3 or 4 points, but a good move above 1770, or we go above 1770, come back, test it, and then bounce again. At that point, we'll go with a nice short-term bullish movement on the SPX. So currently, we're going to call this longer term bearish. We're in a downtrend, and we're going to call it short term neutral because we're going between these support and resistance levels and trying to turn higher right now. Support 1494, resistance 1770, short term movements on the Nasdaq neutral, longer term bearish. I hope that helps. Keep an eye on news. We are in earnings season, and earnings has a nice impact on the markets and could move it any which way. So keep an eye on that, and I wish you the best.